Good evening, my friends, fans, and all you amazing toy lovers. It is Friday. It's not quite steak night yet, but the Rabbitohs are playing. So please, if you are watching this, no spoilers. I appreciate it because I think the boys and I are going to go back later on and watch the game post the match. So we're absolutely looking forward to that. As per usual, we are here in fine form for King and Country, as I always say. Bringing you the best toy news and unboxings. Now, tonight, we will take a look at Neca's Dungeons and Dragons 2000 AD line of toys by Hiya Toys, and also Transformers by Magic Square, Fans Toys, and Fans Hobby. So, kick back, grab a tea, coffee, or any beverage that takes your fancy, and we'll be right back after this. Gentlemen, welcome to episode 10 of the Roundtable Discussions. Always good to have you guys. Actually, I have to make sure that you guys are not muted.
That helps, yes.
Yeah, it does.
So 10 shows in and he hasn't learned a thing.
Yeah, I know, man. It's amateur hour, isn't it?
Yeah,
Amateur
100%.
hour. Absolutely amateur hour. We
Shocking.
got a couple of guys on board. Let's have a look at some of our comments. Good evening, Rob Franklin. Always nice of you to join us. And yeah, hopefully you get to see some Transformers tonight for sure.
Cool stuff.
In case anyone's wondering, there's always musical chairs. Last roundtable, you couldn't make it, but we had Andrew, we had Will, and then we had Mikey. But this time, skeleton crew tonight.
Just down at the core.
Yeah, down at the core, right?
The heart.
Yeah.
beating
The best
heart.
looking ones.
Yeah, the best looking ones.
And
And
Mikey.
And we're tonight also representing big time the Rabbitohs, flank left and right. Then in the center we got good old freaking.
I wanted him to wear
Toy
a Panthers jersey, but I don't think he owns one.
Yeah.
Just like most Panthers fans. But anyway.
Hey, Katie, how are you going? Thanks for joining us as usual.
Big shout out to Katie.
Yeah, absolute big shout. I hope we sound okay and it looks good. And also we have in the studio tonight, back again, Mr. David Stanley. Hey, what's he doing? What's he doing? He's just making sure shit works.
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it? It's
That's
actually
good. I congratulate him on his run as Easy E on that cruise ship entertainment package. NWA tribute band.
yeah. No, it's always a luxury for me. It just takes the load off quite a bit. Andrew, hey lads, where's Simon's Bunnies jersey?
I support a real team.
He supports a real team, man. But when we beat the Panthers last week,
It's about time. I mean, we've only thrashed you like.
I will
10
admit you're right there, but we still got this one over you. So
Barely.
barely.
It was a tight one. It was a good game.
It was a great. It's
Fantastic
the best game of the year. Easily.
Yeah.
Like from a non-Panthers and South fans, like that was a fantastic game. So
That's a good game to show someone who wasn't a fan.
exactly,
Confirmed.
definitely a good game to show someone.
majority of the team here, eh? Majority of the team of Rabbitohs fans.
I mean, pretty much everyone.
we
but
have to get him to the
Convert
dark
him.
side. Yeah, convert
Yeah.
him to the dark side soon.
Well,
I'll get
you're
some
gonna
holy
hit me on
water
the
from
head
Redfern.
until I get brain damage.
holy water from Redfern.
Actually, the truth matter is, hang on, until you actually went out west, you're always in a west. So you should actually be a Rabbitohs.
No.
fan, right?
Nah, West
I was
is-
raised down in Penrith and then moved to the inner west,
Ah.
and then went back to
He
Penrith.
still lives in Penrith though.
So so in a word, so Dave, you can get a close up. So with Simon says, well, say like fucking be. He's left. He's out. That's his motto.
Once you leave the inner west, you
He's-
don't get back in.
His motto.
Once you leave the
There you
inner
go.
west, it's not the inner best.
Say la fucking be.
They take away your passport. I'm not allowed in Newtown anymore.
Yeah.
They got
Cool. All right. So tonight we have quite some.
we
quite
got a good mixed bag, actually.
We do quite a good, nice mixed bag.
90% Transformers. but
Well,
okay.
no. I mean, we've got 3 Transformers items. We've
Yeah.
got
Of different.
the new Neca
Yeah.
D&D figures, which
Mm.
look fantastic,
Mm.
and couple of those new Hiya toys, 4-inch Judge Dredd line.
Yeah, 2080 all the way, baby.
2000 AD, Judge Dredd and Judge Death. I thought I'd bring in the big guys from the line.
I wonder how many 2080 fans we have here in the.
Not enough.
Not
man,
enough,
Not
yeah.
enough.
I know.
No
It's-
idea what it is.
Yeah, it's our generation, unfortunately, Simon.
Best comic that was ever made.
Absolutely.
Like, just Judge Dredd, Road
You-
Trooper.
Did you used to read all the Fleetway stuff?
Yeah.
How good was that?
Yeah.
And some of the Image comic stuff too.
Oh, not the Image stuff, because that came much later.
That
That,
ca-
was
that
after
came-
Rebellion.
that
Like,
came-
Fleetway owned it from day one up until, the 2000s when Rebellion bought them.
Yeah, that did come later, but there were some really good issues, actually, some really good stories. But I like some of the art, but all of Dredd's art in general, just awesome,
When
amazing.
you remember the Brian Bolland art book? I've got the Kevin O'Neill one on order. That's
Yeah.
coming. So.
I did.
looking
Hang
forward
on,
to
did you? We did an unboxing. There was a.
I had the
roundtable-
Apex edition. Rebellion
Yes.
done it with scans of his original artwork
Yes.
before
yeah,
it was inked or anything like that.
Yeah.
Remember that massive?
I
book?
remember.
My only
I
Dredd
got, I'm
knowledge.
glad I got that at the time, because you should see what that goes for online now. that
I'm so
book.
jealous. What do you say?
My only Dredd knowledge is that the modern movie, and I quite enjoyed that.
That's a good film.
It is
fantastic.
good movie.
It is a good movie.
Criminally underrated. And, I mean,
Yeah.
it was slept on a lot at the time. It's a
I
bit of
think
a
no
cult
one watched
classic
it. Wasn't
now.
that the problem? Wasn't that the problem? Like no
No.
one went to see it. I don't think.
No, only hardcore fans, but I think
Yeah.
in terms of also the color palette, it was actually really well done. Carl
But
Urban did a
I
great
think it
job.
got another life
Yeah.
once it was on DVD.
Is
and
is
Yeah.
slow mo like an actual thing in the, or did they make it up for the movie?
I think it was made up for the film.
No,
I
it
know.
was definitely made up for.
Oh,
the
it's
film.
still pretty. I like it. It was
Yeah.
still
I
pretty
remember
cool.
that they were all hooked on Umpty Candy back when I was reading it.
But there's rumors of also of a series called Mega City 1 or something.
That's been in.
Is that going to happen?
I don't know. I wouldn't hold my breath. That's
Okay.
one of those development hell type things.
Yeah.
It's been rumored ever since, like within a year of Dredd coming out, when they realized they weren't going to make a sequel.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
bad? Is it as bad development hell as the supposed Spawn movie that's been
Probably.
going for 20 years now, or however long?
I-
it's
Maybe
been?
not quite that bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been like 10 or so years. where it's just
I'm
like-
keen. I'm keen for definitely the Spawn movie when it does come out.
Yeah.
If-
If it
if-
does,
If it comes,
does,
it's a no-brainer. It's
Yeah.
such a good franchise.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what shall we get into first? Let's do.
What do you reckon?
I reckon we can do something. Let's look at Double Agent, shall we, or Double Dealer?
I'll
Here we
get
go.
him for you.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
We're going to need a knife for this
We're
one.
gonna need a
I
knife.
haven't had a look at this guy yet.
Actually, yeah. See, Stanley can just give me a knife from out of camera and come in to shot and hand me one. Yeah, come on, Stanley. Just come in here. He's like, oh, do I have to get out of my chair? Oh, god damn it! There you go.
Thanks,
There you
Dave.
go, baby. Ah, okay. So there you go. Let's get a bit of the box art. Okay.
The Fans Hobby do a fantastic job with their
Fans-
box
Fans
graphics.
Hobby.
I 100% agree
Okay.
with that statement.
All right. Tell us a bit, Simon. A bit about Fans Hobby first as a toy company and how much
Fans Hobby as a company pretty much stick to doing their own thing. They've got a very distinct aesthetic. They basically they're doing corners of the Transformers G1 universe that no one else is really touching at the moment.
Yeah.
See, we're getting into season 4 stuff here. Like I gotta be honest, I really don't know a lot about the character. I just thought it looked cool. And I thought
Yeah, I
Like
think
he's
I
a
think he's
spy or-
predominantly a Decepticon. So the whole thing of him is the neutral mode is the missile launcher or truck, and then when I think it's knock
and Scar.
knock and Scar. So I think Scar's little bat dude. So when the bat connects to the truck, it turns it into the giant robot chicken, and that's the Decepticon version. And then when Knock, who's the little Autobot, just like humanoid, he connects to the truck, he becomes the heroic Autobot soldier, kind of like your normal humanoid robot.
yeah.
So yeah, that's as much as I know about him. He's bizarre. It was a bizarre G1 toy because, like, the way that the bird mode was photographed, it looks like the missile was a giant appendage of the bird. So
Okay.
it looked like a chicken with a boner, essentially.
Oh, classic.
So this is him, but like this looks really good.
weighty. I'll give it that.
Um,
Check out that box.
It is
beautiful.
oh, wow.
You remember how good they did with the Fire Gut Scott Ginride, the
Yeah,
power base in the
Absolutely.
orange?
You know, I've got to say, when companies really focus on packaging and artwork,
Fans Hobby's the best for
Bonus.
for like when they did their Armada Megatron and Prime, their
Yeah.
boxes look just like the Oh, G1, the original versions of the Armada toy boxes, which is great.
Jason Grubb, thank you for joining us. He's got a comment. Fans Hobby. Oh yes, I have their version of Hosehead, and I want more of their stuff. Hosehead. So
Yes, he's the. I think.
Yeah, he was the headmaster junior. That
Yeah.
yeah.
the fire. Truck.
Rob goes, my brother had the G1 figure when we were kids, and I have the Kingdom version in my current collection. So there you go.
So
Kingdom toy is really good toy. Just by the way, it's a fantastic update.
So here we got our 2 Power Masters.
That's interesting. So he's actually more of a humanoid.
G'day,
with
Will.
wings.
How you going, buddy?
So the
Cookie.
G1 version of him is actually just a bat, but this guy seems to be a humanoid with bat wings.
Oh yeah.
That's
Okay.
got some good weight to it.
I've been told to go to the close-up camera there, and look at that. How nice is that, man?
That's a huge toy. I can just see from here. That's a big.
Yeah.
There goes Scar.
So this has got some good weight to it.
Yeah, I bet most of them do. I mean, would you say, Simon, that Fans Hobby and Fans Toys are quite close in terms of quality of or
it's a different aesthetic, a different feel. Like these guys aren't trying to recreate animation models.
Yeah.
I mean they're close enough, but they definitely put their own twist on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toys, baby, toys, you bet. Rob Franklin goes, such great details in the smaller figures, you bet. So I think one's taking a tumble, but I think Dave is going to reframe in a second. I'm just going to switch to that. Yep, he's done so. And look at that. Wow. So nice.
Let's have a look. Very nice.
So Will was saying, are they the human exosuits? Those little tiny things are there?
I think they're like, oh man, I'm going to sound like an idiot here. Are they Nebulons as well?
It depends which. I think if you follow, I think I could be messing this up. If you follow G1, they're like humans and Nebulons, but if you're following like the Japanese or the other continuity of G1, it's I think just possibly Nebulons. I'm not sure.
Good question, Rob. Are they painted or molded? Would they be painted? I think some of it's molded.
The little guys, most of it.
But the general toy.
Oh, most of it's just
plastic. It's plastic, molded plastic with a lot of very fine tampo work.
Yes,
that's something that Fans Hobby are pretty big on. Like they do a lot of little individual tampo work on their figures.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously something.
Yeah.
You've also got to mention something about the version that you've got.
Oh yeah, it did come in 2 versions. The bird, you had the choice of the sort of the teal green wings or the purple wings.
Yep.
Whereas the teal wings were basically made so that the whole vehicle ends up being the same color.
Okay.
Because obviously the actual G1 figure, it was all teal. But the way they've had to do this,
the engineering, that's how it had to be. Yeah.
Cookie was saying we're finally getting Exosuit and Rise of the Beasts.
Yes, that's
so
true.
What do we got here? We've got a big missile.
It's got a light up feature.
It has got a light up feature.
Let's have a drink. Let's cracking a cold one for sure.
So there's an LED in there. From my understanding, it lights up the engine on the back here once you put the battery in.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of electronic stuff in toys like this. Like,
yeah,
you know what it's like. We've all had toys that've had a battery left in them for too long, something leaks. And to be frank, you put it on a shelf, I might use the light up feature once or twice.
There's no point. It ruins a toy. It ruins a toy.
You pay more money for a feature that essentially you'll use once.
Yeah.
I haven't transformed this before, so I don't know what I'm in for.
Stickers already.
Yeah, he's got stickers. That's the stickers are pretty reminiscent of the toy.
Okay. Oh, so you get to choose if you want. That's nice. That's
Can I ask you a question? Do you actually put the stickers on, or you leave them? Yeah, you don't.
I just Autobot Decepticon.
Yeah,
rub-on symbols.
As in okay. As in the faction symbols, and that's it.
That's it.
Because later on we will look at some decals that you can apply to some Transformers third-party.
Early on in my masterpiece collection, you know, we're back when the Datsuns were still coming out. I used to do the toy hack sticker thing.
Yep.
Then once, you know, Takara went for after Rodimus and they went for the shrink down and more animation correct.
Yep.
I kind of leaned away from that. That's when they started doing the MP Plus, the sort of anime accurate.
That's what you're into, the MP Plus, yeah.
They re-released all the Datsuns with a plus.
Well, That I
So,
used to
with
be
different decos and
yeah,
stuff.
I used to really be into repro labeling up all my figures, and then I just got bored of it. It just takes too long. So
Dave was freaking out. It's going, well, where is that coming from? Oh, it's my phone. Actually, just grab my phone off the prompter
yeah,
and just hand it to me so I can turn it off.
So
Or just turn it on
would you
silent.
like a chance to mess around with this? Have a little bit of a transformation.
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 well, what about
Uh,
you? What do you think of that,
Wait, so
Glenn?
well, let's have a look. But I got a comment. Jason the Bruce goes only
Have a go.
$115.92 USD. That's incredible value. Incredible value.
I'd have to double check what I paid for it, but I think it was around that figure.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. It's very a different. It's
The plastic's got its own feel. Like that, you can if you pick up if you'd never handled a Fans Hobby product before. If I was to put some out mixed with other ones, you would be able to tell.
Put it on there and see if Dave can get a bit more of a close up.
Shall I pop the old missile on?
Yeah, pop it on.
Pop it on,
mate.
Pop it
on. Yeah, it's one of those things where, again, Fans Toys does have a very different aesthetic. I feel like Fans Toys have
There is a way to stand this up.
a bit more of a sheen to it, and this is like more of a matte,
Yeah,
plain molded
it's
finish.
got a mattish
Yeah,
finish.
yeah. And the thing is, you know, I mean, just like some of the Magic Square stuff that we're about to check out as well. I tend to go for the matte stuff that looks, because it's a bit more toon. It's closer to that kind of toon finish.
Yeah,
toon look.
Yeah, it looks like it's wanted out of an animation cell.
Yeah, except when people start doing things like
There's some
what do they call it? They do that weird kind of
cell shade.
Cell shade shit.
Yeah, it's all right.
Actually,
it's okay.
I don't mind it.
It looks okay, but like that means everything has to be cell shaded, or
Okay.
nothing cell shaded.
I gotta say, picking up, and I admittedly have never, I haven't bought any Fans Hobby stuff. If Dave, if you can just get that, I mean, the quality of even the instructions, is, I mean, the quality of the packaging, then the quality of just
the graphic,
the book,
the art direction,
and even the instructions that how you I mean,
it's a package. You can tell there's love in it. There's real nods to the OG stuff.
Yeah,
the way even just the posing.
Just swing it in front. Yeah, just have a look so Dave can get a bit.
Like if you ever see the original box artwork, like
that's incredible. You have quite a few, right?
I've been with ever since Fans Hobby done the Monster Bots, which was one of their Fans Hobby sort of. I couldn't tell you their backstory, if they were disgruntled employees from other third-party companies or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, they came out with the Monster Bots. The what's his name? Double
cross maybe. Oh no,
the dragon with two heads.
You're testing me.
You know who I'm talking about.
There's three of them. One's a two-headed dragon.
Deal, not double deal.
That's double dealer. Repugnant.
Twin.
Repugnant. No, Repugnus is one of them. Repugnus.
Repugnus.
Twin.
Cookie, we're going to comment. Cookie goes, I feel like a lot more Takara MP Masterpiece stuff nowadays has a matte finish anyway. So
yeah,
possibly.
Someone in the comments will know who the Monster Bots are. I can't remember the names of them. They're so.
I'm gonna have a quick look.
They're so niche.
So you're going to try. You are really going to try and transform it?
I will give it a go. Like,
can you turn it into the chicken first? I'd love to.
Fans Hobbies aren't renowned for like
complexity.
How complex they are.
Yeah.
Well, here we got Brains Trust. So Rob is going double cross, grotesque, and repugnus.
Repugnus is one of them. Grotesque and double cross. Yeah. So
thank you, Rob.
You were right on one of them. I was right on them. There we go.
Very cool. Very cool.
They're very weird Transformers. Like they're Autobots, but they turn into monsters.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, no one else was going to do them, and no one else has. So I had to get the Fans Hobby ones.
Okay. While he's transforming that,
I'm going to give it a go.
He's going to give it a go, right? Because he has to on every live unboxing and roundtable stream.
Yes, he does.
I'm going to ask you, what are your thoughts? And I don't want to open a can of worms. I just want a very simple, concise thought on what were your feelings on the Rise of the Beast trailer.
Oh, stunning. Look, I got to be honest. As soon as I first saw it, I was just like, oh, the CGI was a bit sketchy for some of them, but then I looked at it again. I was just like, I was being too harsh. Amazed. It looks great. Really excited for. If you haven't seen the trailer by now, that's on you. Really excited that Unicron's going to be in it. The fact that Unicron looks like Unicron amazes me because we thought he'd look like a jumbled mess, but he looks like legit Unicron.
Yeah.
I like the look of the villains. The thing that I love the most about this movie is it's looking like it's going to be honestly, it looks 90% robots, 10% humans, and that's what we want.
Mm.
The humans even seem pretty cool. It looks like that the main human gets in an exosuit of some sort, which is harkening back to G1 at the end of the trailer.
Mhm.
The Maximals look great. The Autobots look great. Terracons. To say that I'm excited for this movie is an understatement. But yeah, I think we're really in for a good movie this time. If it's anything, if it's even like 50% as good as Bumblebee was, because Bumblebee was great in my opinion. We're in for a good trilogy of movies. So starting with this one.
Nice.
Just I'm not sure how long it is because there's been reports that saying it might be 3 hours and 40 minutes long, and that's a bit long in my book.
Yeah.
But we'll see how long it ends up being, and yeah, hopefully the Australian, as all of us Australian and New Zealand fans, we don't get spoiled because we obviously know the movie. We're getting it 2 weeks later than everyone else, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it with all you guys who wants to watch it with us. We're all going to go and see it at some point. And yeah, it seems like it's going to be good.
Did you see the trailer, Dave? You did.
I showed it to him. I showed it to him before.
Yeah. Will goes, the CGI is not being done by ILM. It's been done by Skydance. Maybe that's why it seems kind of off compared to other movies. I think CGI is a contentious thing. You could argue that till the cows come home, to be honest.
Can I say?
Yeah.
I would rather a dip in quality of the CGI and a great story and a great movie over like the Michael Bay movies that are amazing CGI, very little story. Like very little, like, I mean, Transformer story. Like there's a lot of human stuff going on. And I mean, maybe the reason why the CGI isn't as great is because like there are more instances where it's utilized. There's actually more Transformers on the screen, so it's been harder for them. That's just a thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd rather a dip in quality of the CGI with an overall better story than actual better CGI and worse story, in my opinion.
I absolutely want thoughts from you as well, Jason. Yes. Do you want trailer thoughts from the comments? Absolutely. If anyone wants to chime in and give us their 2 cents worth of what they thought.
Everyone. I mean, everyone should have seen it by now. Let us know what you think, and I'm excited.
Jason says agreed on CGI versus story. So
it just
yeah,
the CGI from that trailer, I'll happily watch. Like it's not like horrible.
Yeah.
As long as we get a good story and lots of robots, that's all I want.
So as you can see from this camera, Simon is busy trying to transform this wonderful piece.
I think we might be moving on to something whilst he maybe whilst he does it.
Yeah,
it looks like there's quite a bit to go of this.
Yeah. That sounds good. Okay, so let's move on to yours. While he's doing that, let's move on. Let's go. So, Mikey, tell us a bit about what we got here.
All right. So
now.
This is. Shall I pull it in the front?
Actually, before we put it on there.
Yep.
But before that, we're just going to go and address some of these comments in regards to the trailer. Rob Franklin goes, the original Beast Wars animated series, dated computer animation, but fantastic stories.
Exactly.
And character development.
Thank you. Exactly. The Beast Wars is one of the best Transformers series, but it's probably one of the worst looking because of how dated the CGI is. It's probably same with this. Like the CGI still is great. It's not like up to the standards of a Michael Bay Transformers movie, but as long as the story is good, I don't care. As long as you can tell who they're like, you were able to tell probably what more of the robots look like as opposed to the Michael Bay ones who all look the same color, you know?
Yep. Okay, we got another comment. We got Will has gone 100% agree with Mikey. I don't think the animation is bad at all. The animation just looks like something out of a Pixar type of animated film instead of live action.
Yeah, exactly.
Nathan Ashby, thank you for joining us. How are you, sir? Looking forward to the movie, especially the Beast Wars inclusion. Absolutely. And Grubby goes, honestly, the more I see, the less excited I am by the movie. Something just kind of feels off and I can't put my finger on what it is. I will see it and I want to enjoy it. But right now, my hype is down. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
Well, the best thing is, right, there has obviously around the fandom recently, there was that apparently one leaked reviewer saying, oh, the whole movie's a jumbled mess.
Yeah.
Now, I'm always going to be the person telling you never let a reviewer or personal or a professional critiquer of a movie, like let them hold your opinion of the movie. Go out and always give something a chance. If it mildly interests you, but it's got a bad review, go give it a chance yourself. It might be one of the best movies of the year. For example, the Mario movie got critically panned, and yet that's my favorite movie of the year so far. It got like 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience score was like 100% or close to 100.
Okay.
So don't let all this negativity. It's only one reviewer, one leaked reviewer, and that's it. But from this trailer, man, I mean, obviously everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'm really, really excited for this movie.
Well, Jason goes, I'm not listening to the review. I didn't even read it. So he says, I'm not listening to the review.
But that wasn't just targeted at Jason. I'm just saying, in general, people don't let the critics guide you on this.
Yes.
Honestly, give it a go. If you're a Transformers fan, you should just, no matter what variation of Transformers you're into, just give it a go. The worst thing you can be like is, okay, that sucks. I'm not going to watch any more of them. And yeah,
critics are critics, man. They're armchair warriors. So
they are. Exactly.
Armchair warriors. So I wouldn't worry too much about critics. No. They're critics everywhere. They're even critics of this show. So there you go.
Yes, there's critics of everything.
Everything, exactly. Yeah, good comment on the critics. 100% agree. So there you go. All right. Let's tell us what you got.
Okay, so Clinton got me into these guys. So Clinton and I have decided we're venturing into the world of Transformers Legend Scale, a Legend Scale line. So this is the first piece that we've received. We've kind of, let's be honest, Clinton, we're kind of sick of MP.
Yeah. I mean, to say sick of MP,
I am, at least.
Yeah, it's a bit harsh. I won't say I'm completely sick of it.
I am sick of MP. You are, whatever you are.
For me, it's purely a space thing.
It's a space thing because obviously MPs are
larger
huge,
scale.
And these are like pocket Transformers.
Yeah, they are.
So for your opinion, I'm kind of just sick of the MP. I think they're dipping in quality, the official ones, and I just don't like the look of them. And these, at least from this company called Magic Square, their figures they've got a really unique aesthetic, and they all look like the cartoon. They all scale well with each other. I believe they're going off that the hotly debated, what is it, the Sunbow scale chart?
Sunbow scale chart. Okay. I know. I know you don't like the Sunbow scale chart. Look, Simon just looked over. Did you do the look again?
Yeah. Simon's a big proponent of the Sunbow scale chart. I think, look,
it's the only thing keeping us sane in these crazy times.
The thing is, Transformers have this magical thing. It's ever since G1 called mass shifting, and in my opinion, as long as they're in reasonable scale with each other, they don't have to be perfect. Like the Sunbow scale chart doesn't want you to be. I'm happy with them to be, within reasonable scale. Like, I don't care. Yeah. Anyway, this piece here.
Okay, before we get this one more comment quickly, just address a few comments before we do go into Magic Square, because I always love when people comment. Nathan Ashby goes, I'm well, thank you. The double dragon-headed monster bot is double cross in Twin Inferno if you're interested. So there you go.
Yes.
Michael goes quickly, can't judge a movie good or bad from a mere trailer. Yep, totally agree.
Exactly.
Will Cookie goes, can't wait to be spoiled. Thanks, Australian Film Distribution. Well, and then lastly, Jason goes, a good critic is an opinion worth considering, but never should they make decisions for you. Okay, done. So we're finished. We're finished with that movie thing. That's it. That's it.
Looks good.
That's
it. So this guy, this is the first. I don't know. Maybe this was their first release. They've been going for a couple of years now.
They've been around for a while.
This is their Optimus Prime. So as you realize, it's a Legend scale figure, but it comes in quite a decent sized box. It is Optimus, trailer, and roller, and also battle station that connects to the trailer. So it's everything in there, plus a bunch of accessories, different hands, and all that type of stuff. I doubt different heads because Optimus doesn't have a mouth, so it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so Legend scale. So they've set the scale for what? I got need to watch a video of this. Yeah. These instructions are not as high quality as the toy. They look great, but we'll be honest. Third-party instructions have never been superb. That's why I always watch videos. So
going back to Legend scale. So what is the reason? Legend scale, we're going to find out tonight if this lives up to the hype in terms of it being a mini masterpiece figure.
And that's what it's touted as, because it's it's not only is it small pocket size and pretty affordable, but it's super articulated is the great thing. Yeah. So do we have a knife?
Yes, we do. It's here,
Thank you, sir.
and we're gonna give it to.
All right. So it's a really nice box as well. It's got the Matrix and Prime. It's just really nice. So we're gonna cut into this.
So I recently decided to go on this shopping spree in terms of and convincing Mikey as well to buy into a whole bunch of Magic Square stuff, and I think so far we up to about the second shipment that we just recently ordered was about 7, 8, was it 7 figures? 7, yes, and then the previous lot was 11. So so we've got about 18 characters already so far. Well, mind you, minus the sets. Hang on, there's actually more than that. So there's in the one set there would be 3. So for example, you had the cone heads as well as the seekers. So that makes for triple of the one set each. So yeah, we've amassed quite a small collection, almost complete. The Magic Square is not making quite the entire cast yet. I'm slowly trying to finish season 1. I think Mikey wants to go season 1, 2, and everything else. But yeah, I think I'm going to do certain things in small doses. We got a little comment here. I think I have a Magic Square blaster somewhere. Maybe he's small, very small. Yeah, all the legend scale stuff is very small. But I gotta say, now that Mikey's unboxed his,
yeah, it feels good.
it feels how nice and solid does it feel? I'm gonna try and see if we can
It's got this
What are your thoughts?
it's got a decent feel to it. It's obviously very tiny, so you can see that.
See if Dave can get in on that.
very
Just hang on to that.
Very small.
Yep, he's got it. Yep, just hold it there for a minute. But it looks great. And you know, there are things. I mean, there's one tricky part though, which I have to show you, Mikey, that basically gives you the full articulation in the legs. But there's one thing you got to be really careful of. And can I just hand it over here? Let's grab that. Yep. Okay. Now you see this this section here. Before you bend, I need to pop the side skirt out, right, so that I can then allow for the legs to go in. And I swear, if you do this now, it's a small mini MP44. Check it out. Right. So look at the way it articulates. Now hand it back to you.
Beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, it's
See that?
Yeah.
See how the front skirt just goes underneath?
Yes, it does. So yeah, I think this is very much modeled after the MP44.
It's
definitely even with the head.
Yeah.
So I'll put him here so we can have a look at him.
Yep. Just stand him up there.
And then we've got it's the whole kit. So you've got you've also got your trailer.
Dave, you got that? Yeah, baby.
So yeah, it's basically just MP44 but like small and I think improved. I haven't heard any issues of knees breaking on this toy, anything like that.
Yeah, let's make sure that's plugged in properly. No, it hasn't. No, so far all the reviews that we've had, yeah, no one's really mentioned anything about anything breaking, so that's pretty good. I'll just leave it next on your seat and it's in the pocket. Yeah. So look at that. I mean, it looks great on screen. It looks like a mini masterpiece MP44.
Speaking of MP44, it does come with all the accessories, including just in a bag as well. You know, just get a little bag full of accessories. Comes with everything.
Maybe put the bag in front of the figure.
Comes with everything that you get in your MP44 bundle.
Yep.
And
actually, let's why not? Let's just take it out. Let's take a few things out.
Yep.
I got a comment from Rob Franklin asking if we are planning a photo shoot of the Magic Square bots the next time, or next to some Titan size figures. Yes, Rob, you have read my mind, and that is half the reason why I've been wanting to buy this Wei-Jang Ultima Guard Omega Supreme. Saying that, or any Titan class stuff, because I feel that with the Titan class stuff, it does give a grander sense of scale, if that makes any sense, and it always looks good.
I'm sure I've got that completely wrong, but
all right, that's all right. We'll come back.
I'm just showing off some of the posability here. Like he's got ab crunch, he's got all the leg articulation you need. Comes with the gun. Comes even look.
comes
with the rolling version of the battle
You also, yeah, Dave, all good.
platform.
That's right. Yeah, he's gonna just move that around a bit because there we go. So I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put some heads here.
It even comes with a little baby roller.
Can you put the head next to the other head, Simon, and just see what we've got? So we got a couple of blast effects as well. So
yeah, it does come with so you can turn him into the Starscream wearing the Optimus Prime cosplay. You got your little baby roller in there. Obviously a trailer as well. Short and long stacks. You can choose if you want the long stacks that kids will get poke their eyes out of, or the chop down stacks that obviously Hasbro did recently.
Yeah.
To prevent that. So interestingly enough, so you do get quite a few different hand options.
Yeah.
But they're all on the sprue.
It's pretty cool.
You gotta clip them off.
And of course, for this scale, it makes sense to have different hands molded rather than have articulated fingers because they'll be so fragile and small. That's very cool. That is very cool.
In general, articulated hands are quite fragile. So I actually prefer multiple hands, and this scale is perfect for multiple hands. You'd never get a articulated finger for something this small. But yeah, look, how much did we pay for this, Clinton? How much is Optimus Prime worth?
Yeah, I think it would be you want the main one or you want the second one? Oh, cool. I see you got that. Nice. Very nice. Thank you, Dave. Look at that.
Oh, yes, nice.
I think that's a bit out in terms of, is it in progress? Yes, it is. Great. They're about they're about 130.
So for 130, so $130, $120, you get
that. But that's for this deluxe because that's got the trailer. And
yeah, so you can get it by himself for about like $60 or so.
Yeah.
But like you're probably going to want the trailer and everything. And Simon, for the love of God, if you break this, you're buying it. Yeah, it's a lot of toy for. You can't even get a masterpiece, like a small masterpiece, for that much, and you're getting Optimus with all of his trailer for this much. And so it's a much more affordable line, obviously, because they are smaller, super articulated, comes with absolutely everything you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no complaints from my end. It's just hopefully it's easy to transform. I haven't transformed something this complicated, this small before.
Yeah.
But I will by next time I see you guys, so I'll let you know if it's any good.
I think for the value in terms of what you get size-wise, look-wise, tune accuracy-wise, because you've got those decals that you can buy that shipped with it as well, and you can buy more decals online.
Funnily enough, and that's strange to me because like you're buying decals from the third party that are officially licensed Autobot symbol. Like, well, they're Autobot symbols, and that's not supposed to be right. But anyway, if they get away with it, it's fine. That means it's easier for us to sticker them up and not have to go through other means like toy hacks.
Yeah, we got a couple of comments just real quick. Nathan Ashby goes, the Magic Square Menasor is the one that he'd go for.
I need to get that. Yeah.
Michael Fouché, thank you for joining us. Always good to see you online, sir. Hopefully, I'll see you in Melbourne in a couple of weeks. He says, I have a couple of third-party Legends scaled Hound figures. The Magic Square one is among them. I think they are pretty neat. Absolutely, very clean robot mode in that Prime. So he reckons it's a very clean robot mode.
It's insanely articulated.
Yeah. Will goes, they will probably look amazing in G1 Arc and Sunbury illustrated backgrounds. That's a very, very good point, Cookie. Sunbow, he's talking about Sunbow. So Rob Franklin goes, I'll have to keep an eye out for Magic Square Inferno.
Can I have a look at this now?
Absolutely, you can have a look at it. You can
absolutely
have a look.
Not.
So
thank you for giving him permission to deal with my toy.
So are you actually going to transform?
Don't transform it.
No, I'm not going to transform.
Okay, it's way too difficult to go off.
Yeah.
Really nice for how small this is.
Well, exactly, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So it's very articulated, very cool. The way
it's got a Legends figure with an ab crunch and ankle
tilts
and
butterfly joints,
double jointed elbows.
Actually,
swivel.
Actually, when I say double jointed, check this out. I'll show you something here. Let me bring that figure over here. Not only does it actually move this way, it also bends the other way. So there's another pivot point here, and I want you to be really careful with that. I'm not going to do that, but it basically can go up. There you go. Look. So the reason why there's another articulation point there is then you can actually get him closer to him opening and taking the Matrix out.
Oh my God.
That's really good.
The nozzles on the jets.
Right. So you can, I mean, dude, seriously, miniature MP44. amazing.
I'd say better because this one doesn't seem like it. I mean, hopefully it doesn't.
Don't you
but
wish
like, this
that
one doesn't
these
seem like
guys
it's
had
great.
been around before Masterpiece? Like,
Hey,
I
Will,
actually wish, yeah.
Will Siegel Jones, man.
Yo, Will.
What's happening, Will?
I like them, but it's like, do I really want to start again?
He does.
Different scale.
Okay, so Will, I'm going to be a bad influence, and I'm going to say that if you really want to get, if you want something
I can see
manageable,
myself.
if you want something manageable and you want quality and you want something that looks really good as far as tune accuracy is concerned for any of the Transformer stuff, Magic Square is the way to go.
I could see myself picking up a few of
The main characters. I think you probably, that's what I'm doing
Like
now.
I do the art crew. See, I'd just stick with season 1.
That's what we're doing.
characters.
That's what we're doing. I'm sticking with season 1, but he's going season 1 and 2, I think.
No, I'm going
Do you reckon
season.
this
I'm
is
going.
the best Legends Optimus on the market, third party one?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, some people will
Oh,
contest
they have
and
their
say
opinions.
the
yeah.
new age stuff is, you know, there's I feel like there's the new age camp and then the Magic Square camp.
Oh, see, we're not in either camp, are we?
No,
Yeah, take
we want something that's.
I'd say we're in the Magic Square camp.
Yeah.
I'd say we're firmly in the Magic Square
No,
camp.
I like this. I could see myself definitely picking up one of these.
Yeah, it's cool.
cool.
Much better than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting anything, but it's great.
But for the value and the way it's packed and everything else, yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Dave? Yeah, he's got the thumbs up. He's like, yeah, sick. Yeah, I know. He's sitting there quietly going, "Yep, that's cool." I don't know. What do you now? Just holding opening, Mikey. That worth getting to the entire line.
Yeah, again, most of these the decisions I make if they're good or bad toy, especially for their Transformers, is how it feels to transform and everything.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be complicated because it is based off MP44.
Feels nice.
But yeah, it looks amazing. Like just the molding detail and the fact that we've got the decals and everything to make it look perfect. It literally comes with everything that MP44 does and more. So yeah, I'm very happy at a very reasonable price.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait for all the rest stuff to come in.
Just drop my toys. It's fine. They're not yours. It's all good. You can just do whatever. You just throw them across the room if you want. It's all good.
Will goes, New Age is pretty good as well. Love their Prime. Absolutely. So yeah, we're not really in the camp. So Simon, what's Simon got to do? Oh, he's got to move his. Can you move your yeah, back there. There he goes. All right. All right. Well, yeah, mate. Yeah, we got to come on, man. What do you think? This is Bush Week?
I don't know.
Yeah. So
All right.
very happy. Can't wait for all of the hundreds of figures we've picked up from this line. It's gonna be good.
We have. What do you think of quickly before we go back to Double Dealer? What do you think of the trailer?
I like it. I like it
Yeah?
a lot, actually.
Trailer's
You've
nice.
probably sold me on this thing, to be quite frank.
There
What
you
on
go.
the Magic Square stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic
Yeah.
Square? We want some commish.
I
We've
would
just
probably
sold.
like to compare a couple, you know. I'd
Compare
like
the
to
pair, same age, same
Yeah.
income, same super contribution.
Well, what if I told you that Toy Reel now official resellers for Magic Square?
Then I'd probably ask for my discount and say,
I would ask for my discount.
Well, it's just a rumor. It's just a rumor. That's all I can say.
From the goat's mouth.
Yeah. Okay. So, any more thoughts before we move on to back to the fans hobby Double Dealer?
Oh, you're so close,
Oh.
Simon. You're almost there.
I've done. There's something wrong with the shoulders, the wings.
Can we see this, Dave? I wanted to just quickly show you the hands. Actually,
don't
if I
know,
hold it
but-
up here, sorry,
I can wait.
go high a bit. So these are all the very nice, awesome. There you go. Look at that. Wow. All right. That's brilliant. I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Dave. Would love to get some. Would love to get into Legends at some point, but I'm too invested into Generation at this point. I feel like if I did collect it didn't collect mainline, I would go ballistic with Legends for sure. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Cookie. So just means just one more excuse to spend your money elsewhere.
Ah,
Okay. Okay. So let's go back. Simon, what are your thoughts? Did you manage to?
look, I probably not. I think I've come close, but I don't know exactly. It's because he's two different combiners and two different robots and two different vehicles. So there's quite a few bits and pieces here, but you know, feel the weight and have a look. I think it's close.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, the shoulders. I think I've screwed up there somewhere.
No.
What's going on with the shoulders?
You know, I think I find maybe Dave, I'll put this down, right? I mean, I'm just holding this right now, and I want to say, let's see if we can change this. Yeah, there we go. I'm holding this right now, and I'm trying to go in hand. It feels like a really good quality bot. The color molded, the molded stuff is definitely molded and not painted. Tempo workings is on there, yeah, but certainly feels very different to Fans Toys in terms of, like I said, just the sheen, right? This is more matte. Personally, to me, it feels like an unfinished product. For me, that's just me. But then again, if you're really fussy
I
about,
probably haven't transformed it right, which is probably going against it a little.
yeah, true. Yeah, but it's certainly a different type of plastic, and there definitely is no die cast in here, right?
No,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
it's clearly like.
But is that a bad thing?
Not necessarily.
No, I
No
wouldn't say.
die cast in this.
Yeah, no, it's no die cast in there either. So definitely, I think it's not a criticism. I think it's just more a thing of if. But then again, it's character inspired as well, and character sort of motivated. So, are there Fans hobby stuff that you can get that you can't get in Fans Toys?
Oh yeah, they've pursued their own corner of the market. It's all they've really gone like on the season 4 Japanese stuff. You know, like the Headmaster Juniors, and even the Monster Bots. No, I mean they done the first Power Baser Prime. I don't think anyone's doing what they've done yet. I think they've got out of like trying to compete with Fans Toys or anything like that. You know, I think those days of the third party wars where every company's doing a version of the same character at the same time.
That's always annoyed me. Yeah, I hated that. The Million Devastators.
Yeah. Okay. So how much again for this little puppy?
Put me on the spot.
And where from?
I got it from Savier's.
Savier's is always reliable. That guy.
Absolutely.
He's he has a lot of stuff in stock, and it's a good
great
source.
Pre-order model. $10 down. You know.
Yeah.
No commitment. No putting down like all your money up front.
You know the thing that baffles me is when you do a pre-order, then you say, well, this is the amount that you pre-order. Well, some vendors, and then you say, okay, well, I'll pay the pre-order price. And then they say, oh, by the way, you gotta pay full price now before your pre-order even fucking arrives.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I've stuck with Savier's for so long.
Yeah.
Like I've been shopping with that guy for years.
Yeah.
Never ever have I had a hassle with that guy.
Can I ask you? I mean, I'm speaking generally, right? How do you feel? And the audience are welcome to chime in as well. Let's say hypothetically, you ordered something from a vendor, and you put your pre-order price down. Now, at the time, the amount or the retail amount for what that particular item was meant to be was set at a certain price, and let's say 12 months after, there's a fluctuation in currency conversion, the price goes up. Should you be paying more, or should you still be paying at that price?
No, that's the point of the lock-in. You lock in the early bird price. You lock it in like. That is the reward for being the early adopter.
Yes.
You know. Okay.
So you're saying a vendor shouldn't then come back to you and say, "Oh, by the way, the price is just increased by another $200, and you should be paying that."
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
That's wrong if they do that.
Yeah.
Has that happened?
I think it's happened with some vendors, generally speaking. Like I think in the past we've had issues.
It's probably more likely with stuff that's been on pre-order for years. Like imagine if you were one of those people who pre-ordered Fans Toys Blitzwing. The first time it was announced, going back 5 or 6 years.
No one knows.
Well, that Star Toys Blitzwing looks pretty good. That new company that's popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that's really
maybe years and years like that. But like if you've pre-ordered something last year and it's come in this year and the dollar is stronger or weaker, like they're not gonna come out. Imagine if the dollar was like. Imagine if they were in a position like, oh, you would have paid less for it now. They're not gonna ask for less money.
That one of the reasons
why should they ask for more?
The seller wanted his money up front because he had to pay for it up front at the time. Like, where does that stop? Because there's always going to be someone up the ladder passing it down.
He's paid for it for that amount. Yeah. He's going to sell it for that amount. It's not going to increase or decrease. Because even if it does decrease, they're not going to ask for less money. So why should you ask for more money if it does increase? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense.
Yep.
So no, I think that's bullshit.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Hey,
Bullshit.
hi Jamie, how you going? Thanks for watching. Hi guys, I went to King's Comics and I love the Transformers exhibition, and it's amazing. And I watched the second trailer of Rise of the Beast. It was epic. Hope it'll be successful.
Oh.
Than Bumblebee. Sorry, Dave, you're saying? Put the big one in the middle. We got to put the big one in the middle.
Oh, I thought we were going to break out something
Let's
else.
break
Yeah,
out
let's break
some more
out
stuff.
something
No,
else.
let's try. Okay, let's break it up a bit. Let's break it up. Let's go and talk about D&D. How's that?
Dungeons and Dredd.
Let's need them D&D figures, boy.
Well, let's do some D&D. Okay. So now,
Oh no.
let's give people a proper education on this now. First and foremost, we have I know we have diehard D&D guys in the group who play D&D. Simon, one of them. And then also we have people that are fans of the cartoon in the early 80s, right? Okay, synonymous. But don't confuse yourself with the characters that you see here, because they were actually part of the toy line that came out. So they don't actually, would it be safe to say they don't actually exist in that D&D universe? They were
In the cartoon
in
one?
the cartoon ones? No.
Warduke or someone who looked somewhat like
him.
made a cameo at one point. But
Yes.
that's it.
Yes. So just to clear the air and the confusion, these are not Dungeons and Dragons characters. They derive from the toy line. So
Having said that, though, I think me and Mikey, if anyone's on the fence about going to see the Dungeons and Dragons film,
like, okay, I'll be
two
honest.
thumbs up, man. Go see it.
From someone who knows very little, I've played D&D a couple of times, like basic campaign. From someone who's not a call myself a Dungeons and Dragons fan, it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun. It's nonstop. As Simon described it, nonstop entertainment from start to end. So
yeah,
go watch it. It's out now. One of my movies of the year, Mario's still at the top, but very much
it's up there. It's going to be a hard beat.
It's going to be hard to beat. You know?
And for hardcore Dungeons and Dragons fans, I think there's a bit of fan service. In there as well.
There's definitely if you're a fan of the cartoon, there is a scene that will make you.
Yeah. If you're just a fan of good movies, it's a good movie. Just go watch it. It's for everyone. It appeals to everyone, I have to say. So,
yeah, but I'm talking more about like hardcore fans.
But of course it will appeal to them, because there's little Easter eggs.
Like he knows the moment where I was like, oh,
yeah, because I'm sitting there. Look. Simon's like losing his shit. I'm just like, okay, I see that, but I don't get it. But yeah, he had fun, and he's a hardcore fan. So you will have fun with this movie.
Katie goes, roll initiative.
Yes.
A natural 20.
Natural
Katie.
20.
Natural Katie. And I got a 20 for charisma too.
I love this comment by Michael Fouché. He goes, I love how you just reach back behind the couch and pull out more toys.
Oh, there'll be plenty of reach arounds tonight. I mean, reaching behind the counter, that is.
Yeah. You can tell, this is a MA.
You may have seen, you guys out there may have seen this couch in many famous videos on the internet.
Oh my God. Katie goes, I hadn't finished watching the D&D movie and I already wanted to watch it again.
Yeah, I'll happily see it again, to be honest.
Bring on a sequel. That's what I was
saying.
Oh, dude, the thing about the Dungeons and Dragons universe, they can make a trillion movies. Like, they can stop at nothing. So,
all right. Tell us about this baby. Yeah, let's do it. Tell us about this baby, man.
Let's pick up one. Let's pick up one of these. Let's start with Warduke, because he's the poster boy for that figure line from 83 LNJ Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, he's the poster boy. Hey, but before we talk about being the poster boy, we pay homage to this guy on the T-shirt. So people always asking
the Toy Real logo. People always like, who's this guy here? Can we get a zoom in on him?
Can we get a zoom in?
Yes,
let's
go right up on his nipple.
Can we go zoom in? No, this one. No, are we going zoom in?
Should I walk towards the camera?
No, this one. There we go.
Why don't you just take your shirt off? And
okay, that's it. Hold it. Okay, there you can go. Warduke is right next to the Stormtrooper. You know what Dave called the Stormtrooper before? What did he call it?
What did he call it?
What did you call it?
Star Trek man. Yeah.
Star Trek man.
Cyclone.
I like how people say, mate, come on, man.
Can we see?
Yes, we can see that. We can see.
Neca, usual Neca quality, all licensed.
Yeah.
We've got a beautiful collector-friendly opening box.
You want to get a bit of that, Dave?
Like it's a really lovely packaging. Again, I know me and Clinton have a special place in our hearts for the companies that go all out and really give you a collector experience.
Yes.
So you got some really nice artwork. I mean, a photo there, lovely artwork on the outside, real classic 70s D&D airbrushed minivan sort of vibe going.
I love it. And it says evil action figure.
Evil action. Well,
in the front of
that's exactly how it was written on the original toys. They were evil or good.
There we go, Dave. Evil. Hang on.
So I'm just going to read the back. What does he want? What does he want?
Dave, I love Dave making gestures from behind the camera going, come on, guys, get with the program. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Here we go. Warduke fights as a remorseless, cold-hearted mercenary who works for coin. The evil swordsman serves Kellic as a cohort and adventuring companion from time to time. He wields a flame-tongued longsword and wears a Dredd helm. He never removes his helmet to reveal his face to others, but the visage beneath that is of a grim, hideously scarred gladiator. Really nice little shout out about Kellic there.
Nice.
Who was the evil wizard in the line, bald man with a stick with a ball on the end and a little black cloth thingamajig. I'm sure
I've seen Clinton like that. Once.
Yeah, no, Clinton was the actual model.
Inspiration for it.
Clinton's basically like he's basically a giant 2-up.
Pull it out. Pull it out. He's pulling it out. Right
sorry, but let me get this figure out first. And then we'll do that later.
Pull it out. Yeah.
So, have we ever seen him with his helmet off or not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Mikey's always trying to get Simon's shirt off. That's what Kitty reckons.
Oh yeah. Well, if you've seen it underneath, which he has, then you'd know why.
So let's have a look.
Oh, look at that.
This is one heck of a figure.
Look at that.
We've also got a very collector-friendly package in here. Basically, we only need to pop these two things off the sides.
And you can easily resell this and as new.
So I can just show that. Is that all right? Can we see that?
That's his long...
So there's his big sword.
The big sword.
The big sword. The big sword also has a kind of flaming sheath you can put on there, just like many of us do in our bedside tables at home. We also come with a kind of curvy dagger. And we have a straight dagger.
Oh.
So these all fit on the figure. We've got a little chain and a scabbard attachment there that goes in there.
That's all right. I've got the wide now, Dave. It's all good. Yep. And going back to yours again. Once Simon puts him down. Yep.
We also have a shield based on his classic shield. We got a couple of extra hands here. So the pointing hand was one of the extra ones. So you get the pointy. We've got another steel glove in a fist type pose. You can still get a weapon in there though. And the other hand. One thing I was not 100% happy about is that the shield, if you can see, the forearm has to go through there and the hand holds this handle.
Yep.
Which kind of means that it's stuck only on the right arm.
Can we just hold that position so Dave can get a picture of that back there? Maybe just put it below and then turn it around so we can look at the
So you want to see the mechanism for fastening it?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you very much. While we cut to that camera, there we go. Dave, can you get a bit of that to see what Simon was on about? Nice. Now the Warwick, we just want to basically get some reference material here and talk about his first appearance. It was a pre-made character. Are we gonna take that off now? Or are you gonna leave?
I'm just gonna pop a sword in his hand.
All right, pop the sword in his hand, and then we'll put it back in, and then we're gonna as people look at him in all his glory, we'll talk about his origins in a minute. Give me a second.
The hands, grip well, but not ridiculously so.
Yep. Put him back on. Let's press the rotate thing on. Why not? There we go. You got that? All good, Dave Stanley? We good? Yeah, we good. I think we good. Let's have a look. Yeah, we good.
So I just think this looks magnificent. Like the way they've brought that figure design from the 80s into the modern realm and created like a believable character, for want of a better word. I just think not only have they captured the spirit perfectly of the 80s figure, but man, what they've actually gone and done with it is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
this is probably This is definitely in my top 10 of this year, no matter what comes out.
This, I have to say, will be in my, well, maybe it's early days now because there's still the rest of the year to go, but I can agree with you. Like just looking, I haven't even touched it yet, right? Because the reason why I'm not fumbling it right now is because I'm jealous that I can't. I've tried everywhere to try and get this guy. I hope some local vendors will bring that in.
I'm hoping so. Like I got lucky. I found it on eBay because it was, from what I could tell, there were a lot of UK sellers with it at the very start when it first started to appear.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened or why it seemed that eBay UK guys seemed to have it first, but I did get it from an Australian. I actually paid a really good price for it. I think it was about $65 through an eBay seller because there was some discount code going at the same time.
Yep.
So I was really, really happy to get this at the price I did.
Well, let's quickly just give a quick, brief synopsis of the origins quickly. The first appearance, I mean, this is, like we said, was a pre-made character in Dungeons & Dragons module, actually the quest for the Heartstone. And it featured many of the characters from the toy line. So Warduke and Stronghearts, speaking of Strongheart, he's going to be released as well.
We've already seen the paint masters for that.
Yes.
And the Zarak, the little goblin assassin, who looks bad. He's got this little kind of, it's almost reminiscent of, remember the aliens from V?
Yes.
He's got that, is this little reptilian, but it looks a little more evil, a little more spiky toothed. You know what I mean? He looks magnificent. I cannot wait for those.
So according to this law, Strongheart and Warduke were actually really good friends until he turned evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got history.
Yes, they do have history. So just to avoid the confusion again, this was a character from the Dungeons & Dragons toy line 1980s, and it was originally appeared as a D&D action figure along with other characters as Strongheart, the Paladin, which is something I definitely am looking forward to.
And remember, you could get this guy on a single card, and he was also released with Nightmare, his steed. There was that box set.
Yes.
And then they done in wave 2, I should say, they re-released these guys, but they had what they called shield shooter action, where it's like a big shield with some kind of spring-loaded thingamajig that shot out, where it was a big skull on it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't in a very expansive line, literally to 2 waves, and it was done. They never got to the 3rd season.
Well, I think Dennis at Lobos does have some of the vintage ones.
Yeah,
on
I've got everything loose.
Yeah,
I've got quite a few really nice carded ones, but I mean, I want to get a Tiamat. I would like to get a box one if I could. I mean, I've got a really nice box, Fortress of Fangs and stuff. The artwork on the Fortress of Fangs, the vintage box, it's like Kevin Kelly, classic artist, heavy metal album covers, all that sort of
Speaking of the 2 announcements with Strongheart as well as Zarak, what would complete that line will be Elkhorn the Dwarf.
Elkhorn? What's the one with the bow? It depended what country he was in. He had 2 different names.
Yeah. It eludes me, but I know which one you're referring to.
But there's also the Barbarian.
Yes.
There's that guy in the white armor. There's another evil fighter. Like some of those names, like I'm really reaching to remember the names, but you've got the evil wizard Kellogg. You got the Titans and the young male Titan, the Ogre King.
Sorcerer was Kellogg.
Yeah, remember the big Ogre King?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I remember that. So the Zarak is he's half orc assassin.
Yeah,
he's half orc assassin. Okay.
Mercer the cleric.
Yeah, saying that, Warduke often was also team with Kellogg, and evidently appeared on the Dungeons & Dragons animated TV series in the Search of Dungeon Master.
Only in the one episode.
In the one episode, or he was depicted as a mercenary. So in it, he pretty much succeeds in capturing Dungeon Master and plans on ransoming him to Venger. That's what Venger. And then in addition, he
was basically Dungeon Master's estranged son.
And then he and his band of orcs operate the slave mines of Barrymore, mine using dwarves as slaves. And then the heroes eventually manage to free the Dungeon Master and the slaves. So and then Warduke's pursuit is foiled by a volcanic eruption.
As it was in most Saturday morning cartoons.
It's fucking
Well,
awesome.
look, I've had
It's
this guy on
fucking
my
awesome.
shelf for
Yeah.
a month now. He's one of those figures. Every time you walk past, you just want to pick it up and just repose it.
Looks
or something.
amazing.
Because he's got like, do you display him with classic sword and board, flaming sword?
Yeah.
You can just the pointy finger looks so
Hank
good.
The Ranger.
Hank the Ranger.
Hank, yeah, he was from the cartoon.
Yes.
He was the leader of the kids.
Find the toy though. So not
You won't find a toy for Hank, unless it's like one of the French vinyl figure sets.
So Katie was saying, I don't have room for more. Her comment's been up for a while. Don't have room for more collectibles, but these D&D bad boys have got me.
How much is
tempted.
this retail?
I don't exactly know what you'd pay it, say, if it turned up at JB, but I managed to get it for 65 or 63 actually.
So,
but there was quite a wide variation in prices. Like you could have paid up to $100. This was the cheapest actually. I got it.
Hey, Michael Fouché goes, with that pointing hand, that figure feels very judgy.
Well, he would. He's not a very nice man.
Yeah.
He's
Is he a bad guy?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
if the
Judgy.
evil action figure
Oh yeah,
Look at that
title up
box.
there wasn't a giveaway.
The evil villain. Hey, in my day, these how many jelly beans are going to stick in my mouth? So I'm telling you, son, put your sword away and witness my fire.
He's pointing at. He's a mercenary. He's pointing at a guy going, "I've been paid 50 gold for your
yes.
head, and I'm
I wanna
coming."
know about
And he
your
just
jelly
goes shing, and his sword bursts into flames.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm
man,
going to get out the other guy. I
can-
want you to have a look at this. Play around.
Yes.
He's sturdy. You can do whatever you want.
Dave,
have a fiddle.
while he pulls that out, let's go over here, and I'm going to give you a bit of an
Give me your first impressions. What
first
you think.
impressions here.
Have a fiddle riddle.
A fiddle riddle. Let's see if Dave can get that. I'm going to go to the second cam, maybe third cam. There we go. Okay. In hand, very nice, solid figure. Feels weighty in the hand. So very robust, well done. Quite unusual for a Neca figure. But saying that, the density of Neca figures are usually quite good in terms of quality of plastic. They're not the bendy, gummy kind of things that you normally get in Marvel Legends or anything else. I hate to say also classifieds, but Neca in the past have been renowned for joints breaking and things being quite brittle. I suspect the compound of plastic is now sort of perhaps a combination of both the brittle aspect, where it's strong and hard, as well as some of the malleable figures that you get in Marvel Legends as well. The color, I mean, I've seen a lot of reviews online. I got to say, the way the light and the way the camera captures some of these details on some of these online reviews doesn't do the figure any justice at all. I'm holding the figure right now in hand, having a look at it, and I got to say, I'm thoroughly and absolutely jealous that Simon's got this guy. Paint is quite detailed. You don't see any paint line bleeds or anything like that. Articulation is quite stock standard. I wouldn't say there would be, that's pretty good elbow, probably more than 90 degrees of elbow bend. The joints, once again, very clean paint apps, and feels very high quality.
That's one thing you do notice close up. There's no bleed, no overlap. Like the paint is sharp.
Yeah, very.
And there's plenty of detail. You look around the scabbards, no slop, nothing at all.
Absolutely no slop. I'm actually really impressed. It's not one of those figures as well where you get them out of the box and all their everything's loose and sloppy and floppy. You know how some Marvel Legends can be a bit loose.
Yeah.
These feel really good. So, man, you know what would have been cool? If I'd got some of these. Anyway, yep. I would say this is easily a figure that would make it on my top 10 for 2023. So, all right, what have we got now?
So this is his partner in crime, another evil warrior. This is Grimsword. He was part of the second wave in the original line.
Yep.
I should just read from his bio. Grimsword, evil knight, is a mighty warrior and fierce fighter. He hopes to rule the land someday after he defeats all his enemies in combat. Nice. Grimsword has many evil friends fighting by his side, but he cannot be trusted. He will betray or fight anyone in order to gain power.
Nice.
Includes a sword, a snake mace, a snake shield, and interchangeable hands. Now,
these, That looks amazing.
I did have one. Most of my most of what I've said about this guy still goes for this one too. Like the construction's fantastic, articulation amazing, real bit of heft to him, lovely accessories. However, one thing I did find, some of the hands, the hand that comes, well, at the very least, the right hand that he comes packaged with, very nice, beautiful fit.
Mm.
But some of the replacement hands I've tried out, especially because I wanted to put the snake mace over in this hand.
Yeah.
Putting a weapon holding hand, like this one is very loose to the point where if I put that in,
it doesn't hold it up.
It flops very easily. But
Mm.
if you get it right, you know, and you're not fiddling with it too much, it's bearable. But you know, especially because of the way the mace is weighted, because it's very sort of with the way it is, we'll drag it down.
Yes.
But I think the actual chain is a lovely touch. I just wish there was an action feature where I could spin the forearm. So you know,
classic. Put him down again. So
he's also got a big sword too that just hangs on his side. But one thing I don't like again is the snake mace has nowhere to store. It doesn't hold very well in like the little curl that you're putting the sword in.
Put him down on the. Oh, I see the hands have flopped over again.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, let's put it up. Just so we can get a bit of. Oh, we got to get him standing.
He's a little bit top heavy, so he's quite weighty.
There we go. Oh, his feet are sort of. Come on, man! You can't make him look like a little tart, mate. you got like yeah. All right, all right. At least he looks a bit more presentable right now.
I love his helmet. It's a great helmet.
Yeah, look at
he's a chunky boy.
You could take his helmet off and just bash someone with stab him with the spike.
I've had a look. There's no face under there because you can just set back the eyes, so it's just basically a phantom.
Do we know what he looks like without his mask?
No.
I just come and bash you, bro. So, Grimsword. There we go. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's.
You want to have a look at this guy?
Yeah, let's have a look at this guy. I'm just gonna give my 2 cents worth in terms of having it in hand. Okay, so
nice, isn't it? Like that lovely bit of dry brush, the silver to make him look battered, worn.
I find it's not that difficult to get things like that sorted out.
I mean, look, I've got the old floor polish trick I can start.
Yeah.
Or even if you just put super glue on it and spin it.
Yes.
And don't let it dry in place.
Like
just to thicken the peg.
So here's my thing. I've seen a lot of online reviews and I don't know whether it's the camera angle or anything like the way they shoot it on their iPhones or what they do, but it always looks worse when you see all the micro details. But when then you have something like this, and you look at it in hand, you kind of go, man, it looks amazing.
Wow, it's a fantastic. Like the sculpt is just amazing.
Yeah.
Look at the textures on him. Everything's textured. It's just a beautiful piece.
Yeah. I reckon these guys will photograph extremely well, and I can't wait.
I would love to see what you could do with this guy.
War Duke. Easily. So
like just that pose alone, the point and figure gives it so much character.
Yeah.
Like the guy's just like radiated menace. He's like, you if this guy's pointing at you with his flaming sword, you're in the shit.
Yeah. Let's put the both of them up there again, and then we just get a bit of a 2-shot.
Let's go
back to back, and we'll spin those guys and see if they hold up. Maybe let's get him posed and stood. I'll try and see if I can get him to stand. So I wanted to just quickly let our viewers know as well, and check on the comments in a minute. Give me a sec. I'm just going to get him to stand properly. There we go.
You got it.
There we go. He should stand okay. That Rhaegor in the Mythic Legions line is actually the figure itself is a homage to War Duke. So there is a figure now called Rhaegor. Actually, it came from one of the earlier waves, and that is definitely a homage to War Duke. So Mythic Legions fans, you definitely will know.
Well, even Boss Fight done the same. Remember like the Knights of Asperity and stuff.
Correct.
There was an Evil Knight which had a helmet very similar. You know.
Yeah. It was a different color scheme. It was more like a dark black color scheme. Knights of Asperity and also
Part of the Vitruvian Hacks.
Vitruvian
line.
Hacks, correct. Yeah. I mean, I was right into that line. In fact,
Hell yeah.
I was going to go full in on their line of the medieval stuff and the knight stuff and the fantasy stuff, the sword and sorcery stuff.
The Spartans and the Medusas.
And I still have the Spartans and Medusas. Then that's when Four Horsemen came out with Mythic Legions. So what went from 3 3/4 inch to then 6-inch figures or 1/12 scale figures. There you go. So we're gonna get the last finishing shot.
I love the fact that it's clearly not using the same body type too. Like it's not the same buck or something that's been used.
And Grimsword looks larger and more menacing.
Absolutely. Like he's definitely he's pretty much he's a good couple of centimeters there.
You know what looked really good is once when Stronghearted Paladin comes out, do a nice photo of like him and Warduke just head on. Like, wouldn't that be just?
And then you've got to have the little goblin backstabber, the half orc, no focus on him. You know he's in the background.
He's in the background
coming with his little dagger.
Yeah. The little goblin half orc assassin backstabber.
He's like up on a ledge.
So basically, Clinton.
I'm a backstabber.
Oh no, just little goblin, not a backstabber.
Look, I'm gonna.
Man,
who looks more like a goblin, me or him?
He's clearly like some kind of twisted, deformed baby man. He reminds me of Quado from Total Recall.
Calls me a goblin backstabber.
Not a backstabber, just a bit of a goblin.
Yeah, calls me a goblin, man. Oh, jeez.
Tiny Quado of a man.
Cool. All right, let's go back to that last shot. There you go.
Beautiful.
D&D, baby. Neca. I gotta say, 10 out of 10 is going to be very, very generous.
Look at that shiny helmet, that beautiful metallic blue.
Very well done.
The metallics are really
very well done.
I like them.
I highly recommend these figures to anyone that will want to buy them. If you're into the D&D toy line from the 80s,
it doesn't even have to. Like, if you're a fan of mythic figures, if you're a fan of cool 6-inch fantasy figures, this guy could drop into any line, along any sword and sorcery type line.
Yep, totally. Look at that. Look at that screen. Can you see that? Look at the way it's.
That's beautiful, man.
That's gorgeous.
Beautiful. And that flaming sword. Like, imagine you had the right lighting on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give it some backlight so it just looks like.
Absolutely, I'm going to do that. By the way,
bit of Photoshop.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Let's move on, eh?
All right,
so let's leave some of the fans toy stuff for last, because that's the. But let's look at now. We're going to a different property. We are going to look at. Come on, Simon, hit it with us. Tell us what we're going to see next.
What are we going to look at?
Let's go some 2000 AD, baby.
I am the law.
I am the law. Okay. So this is made by a company called Hiya Toys. Hiya Toys.
HIYA.
For Dredd fans and 2080 fans, if you guys remember, we had offerings from 3A, which were 1/12 scale figures, 6-inch, which was lovely, really, really well made.
Stylized. They had that Ashley Wood aesthetic.
Yes, they did.
But the beautiful weathering.
Yeah.
Like, they were, for the time, what they were doing with the weathering process. Like, I had the big mongrel, the 12-inch one from the ABC Warriors, which a crime that line didn't get completed.
Yes.
And we got the Dark Judges in 6-inch form. Up until we didn't get Judge Fire though. But.
Yeah. And here's the thing, okay? And this is where we haven't seen this in this particular scale yet.
We've never seen Dredd in a 4-inch scale before.
No. I'm actually alluding to something, and that is the Lawmaster.
You think the Lawmaster? There is a higher Lawmaster.
Well, there has been, and they've actually shown photos of the Lawmaster. The problem is, where is it? So I am still waiting for Lawmaster, because there's meant to be a kit where it's not just Dredd by himself, but Dredd and the Lawmaster.
Yeah,
which is like a deluxe kit, right? The thing with the 6-inch scale stuff, the 1/12 scale stuff, is they made the Lawmasters. So both Mezco made the Lawmaster.
Yeah, Mezco done it. Yeah.
And also 3A. The thing I have to say, you have the 3A stuff, I have the Mezco and the 3A stuff. the Mezco stuff doesn't
Did
age.
Mezco do the Mike McMahon artwork version of Dredd?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
With the big boots and
Yes.
the slopey helmet.
It doesn't age well. So all the pleather, particularly on Mezco's.
I worry about the same thing on the 3A Dreads.
Okay, so the 3A Dreads and the figures are actually a lot better than the Mezco ones.
It's still a material over a plastic body.
Correct. So it's like a fake,
Yeah.
you know, sort of
vinyl
sort of leather pleathery thing. That is that's the biggest problem I've had with Mezco.
I think a lot of companies, once you get past the 6-7 year mark with that sort of material.
Yep.
I mean, I got a friend, he's probably not watching now, John, but he was collecting when 3A were doing the Halo stuff a long time ago. Almost at the time, I'm talking early 2010s.
Yeah,
I think they were doing this. These were, for the time, 250, 300 figures.
Yeah.
You know, $600 today, average Hot Toys, right?
Yeah.
All of the Master Chief style, the rubber underlay.
Yeah.
Completely disintegrated.
Yes.
You touch it, it comes away as goop on your hands.
So
Like it melts.
That's the thing with certain toys is you never get that with Transformers. Okay.
Unless gold plastic syndrome.
Correct. Correct.
But not these days.
But the thing with any other toy line when it uses
20 years and like
well, yellowing is the thing.
Yellowing's a big thing.
Still these
about
days.
that
Yeah.
straight out the box.
I think with soft goods though, you're going to have a lot of you're going to have a lot of stuff
at this
that
scale.
Okay, so what we got here?
So what we got the big guys, the big character, Dredd himself. You know, you're going to have a line called Judge Dredd. Dredd's going to be your main man.
Yep.
I think the design is somewhat Bolland-esque. There were some handful in the early days of Dredd. There were a handful of British artists who really had their own take on him. Bolland, Kevin O'Neill, Mike McMahon, Escara. These are guys who defined. You know, they had their Dredds.
Yep.
And, you know, you had your favorites. I mean, for me, it was always Bolland. Bolland was the cleanest guy.
The Brian
cleanest line work you ever saw.
And that's Brian Bolland, by the
way. It was almost draftsman-esque.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just the technicality.
Yeah. Though I gotta say, and it's on also another episode on our channel. I loved Simon Beasley's version of Dredd. Simon Beasley.
Yes.
I liked the Judgment on Gotham.
It was so just exploding, like kinetic.
Yeah.
Like his work always was. Like it has sketchy, scratchy, but just filled with energy. It was like the page was going to explode. Like off the paper.
So let's
have a look.
So pull them out.
Packaging's fairly simple. That's Bolland artwork. That's Bolland's version of the badge.
Dredd.
So what do we get?
Dave, we got this, baby.
Now this is a nice touch. We get an actual figure stand.
Yeah.
All figures should. Ooh, we got a couple.
Far out.
We got a couple of little H.
Have we lost the lawgiver?
No.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
As you can see, you've got the ability to link these up.
Yes, for Stan. Have you got the artwork on the thing there, Dave? Let's have a look. Yes, you do.
What's that thing?
Nice. Yeah, so we got a shot there of the Dredd badge, and then we got Death.
We'll figure that out later.
He's pulled.
Come off.
Yeah, as long as we haven't lost the lawgiver. I swear it was somewhere before. No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's his eye.
It's his eye. Yeah. So look at that.
Okay.
Mikey saved
the day.
Mikey saved it. Fans Hobby. I've never seen a piece come off a Fans Hobby like that before, but his eye has vanished.
Go back to the wide. We go back to the wide, and Simon's about to pull out. Look.
Come here, Dredd. What is holding that there? I see. All right.
Wow. I find it really interesting.
So what have we got? We got a day stick, his club. We got the lawgiver.
We need to put. We need. Hang on.
We've got two spare hands.
Wait, hang on. We need to put those on there so Dave can show. We can see what accessories come. Then he can get a close up on that. And hand. So he comes with a lawgiver. Comes with a baton.
Then we got a right trigger hand.
You got that, Dave?
Basically a left gripping hand.
Yeah.
Just having a look at the figure. I think it's fairly standard for what you expect from a 4-inch figure articulation wise. The shoulder pads, while big, are flowed in, though I can see already that they are going to limit articulation a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, especially this one kind of float. Like, it's very easy to sort of break the mold, trying to get the arms into various positions.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Let's just get him into a pose, eh?
Let's
get him to pose, and then put him on the. You're gonna put the lawgiver on his.
Let's just see how easy it is to change hands quickly as well.
Okay.
All right. So we'll give him his trigger hand. Okay, no real issue.
While
there.
he's doing that, I'm gonna get Dave.
Do you want to pop open the other one for you?
No, I'm just gonna get Dave to have a look at it close up on Death in the packaging. For those of you guys that haven't seen these guys in their packs, so they're sort of like what we call blister packs.
Blister packs.
They're like blister packs, yeah. So, in fact, a bit of information in regards to, I think, is it Rebellion?
Yeah.
So Rebellion's an English-based company?
Yeah, they were a video game company. They
That's
made
right.
money there, and then they bought the license for Dredd off of Fleetway, because Fleetway was like a... Robert Maxwell actually owned his... Remember him?
Yes.
His empire. Fleetway was under that.
Correct.
Stuff like 2000D was a bit of an outlier, because it was like the kids ones like Beano and Whizzer and Chips, you know, those silly kid comic strips.
Yeah.
That was a big portfolio of their stuff. And yeah, this was an outlier.
So Rebellion actually has teamed up with Hiya Toys to actually bring you these 2000 Judge Dredd figures. The guy that actually owns, interestingly enough, the guy that actually owns Rebellion's actually a guy called Jason Kingsley.
Well, two of them, the Kingsley brothers.
Kingsley brothers, yeah.
They're like Civil War reenactments. The
Yes.
English Civil War reenactment.
Well, they also are into like medieval times. So
yeah,
he runs
Renaissance
his own,
fair type stuff.
Yeah. So he runs his own YouTube channel, and he really gets into the whole night, all the medieval stuff. And so Jason is very much, I think, one of the owners of Rebellion. So being 2080 fans, and 2080 Judge Dredd was I grew up with it, living in an English colony.
Yeah.
So it was a very English thing.
Well, my dad, he was a big sci-fi fan. Like,
yeah.
Like 2000 AD came out 77.
Yeah.
My memories of it start from around the Apocalypse War.
Yes.
That's when because I'd get it after Dad read it.
Yeah.
And then I remember the Apocalypse War. That's when I start to remember.
Did you want to pull out Dredd? Death?
I'll pull out Judge Death.
Yep.
Judge Death, for those that don't know, like, there is a multiverse. It was actually before Marvel got to it. But Death is a version of Dredd, basically, from a dimension where it was decided that only the living can commit crime.
Crimes, that's right.
So if you were dead, you couldn't commit a crime. So they started killing everyone.
That makes
And
sense.
some sort of supernatural alien transformation later, and he becomes like basically a living dead.
Well, from memory, he was
he's the Dredd version of Marvel Zombies.
Yeah, from memory, Death was actually a human.
He was.
Yeah.
His name is Sidney Dieth.
Yeah, that's right.
His father was a dentist.
Yes, Dieth, pronounced Death. Was a human boy who at an early age enjoyed torturing animals.
He met the sisters, Nausea and Phobia.
Correct. Even tricking his family dog Woofy into leaping to his death.
Oh,
so, his father,
shocking human being.
Father was a traveling dentist, hates people and takes pleasure in inflicting pain on patients, even killing some.
Okay.
After Sidney attempts and fails to kill his own sister, his father sees a kindred spirit and makes this boy his apprentice.
Yeah.
Then he later concludes that being a judge would give him greater opportunity to cause death without penalty. So he turns his own father to the authorities. There you go.
What a guy.
And then favorite is that basically Sidney is allowed to activate the electric chair that then soon kills and executes his father.
It was a dimension where human life was not valued at all.
Correct.
Right, that makes.
And after honing his skills in framing a fellow trainee for his own crimes, Sidney becomes a merciless judge on Earth, sentencing people to death for even minor offenses. Then arguing this ensures no repeat offenders, he decides to make his new nickname Judge Death.
Mm.
Okay. And then he executes his mother and sister, right? And then there's what Simon said, meets 3 like-minded younger judges who became his
Fear,
lieutenants.
Fire, Death, and Mortis.
Yeah, Phobia and Nausea as well.
The Sisters of Death.
Yeah, learns that they have similar views of life and death, and then falls in love with the pair. And then he's gonna, oh, man, it just how deep cut do you want to go?
That's a heart he's holding in his hand.
Yeah, that's it, because he's
so
kind of does the insubstantiating thing, and he can reach in and pull your heart out.
Yeah, you want to get a shot?
Halima.
Let's get a oh yes.
Talk about the cool accessories of the year. An actual human heart.
That's
Again,
good.
he's
I'm
got.
friggin'.
Let me put his hands down so you can see when they come around. He's got really good claw.
Let's
reaching
put
hand.
Death back to back. Oh, yeah, that's it. So we got Dredd and we got Death. I mean, if you are a 2080 Dredd fan,
You're going to buy them. I'm not going to say these are the highest quality action figures I've ever handled.
Okay.
They are fairly thin and spindly on the limbs.
Yeah.
As you can see, especially with Death, I am having a little trouble getting, even with a foot peg stand.
Yeah.
Because those joints on the pegs are so thin. Like I'm talking paperclip type thinness.
Yeah. Look, I have to say,
but they look cool.
They look cool. They look cool.
You can set up. I mean, there's some great characters who no one has ever done. We've got Dredd and Death. We've got a black and white version of these two. I believe.
Yes,
we've also got Judge Anderson, the female judge, Judge Hershey.
Yes.
We've got Judge Giant.
Yes.
They've done the Mad Chief Judge Cow.
Yes.
They've done the Clegg, who were Judge Cow's sort of alien mercenaries when he took over the city.
Yep.
And we've got the rest of the Dark Judges, Fear, Fire, and Mortis. Mortis looks really cool, and so does Fear.
Yes.
Death. I mean, Fire is it's a bit it's a translucent and flamey, so that does get in the way of some of the articulation because they've got sculpted flame all over him.
Yeah.
But otherwise, look, they're nice. It's the first time we've seen them in this scale. They're fairly cheap.
That's right. And you know what? I had to have the whole I mean, 3A never made the rest.
The paintwork's nice. Yeah. Like especially on the bone work and stuff like that.
3A never made the rest of the judges.
They done Fear, Death, and Mortis. We never got Fire, and it just felt incomplete.
Yes, correct. Yep. And they never made Hershey or Anderson or anyone else.
You just got Dredd. There were a couple of.
There was a brand in the late 90s, early 2000 called Reaction Figures that made a line of 2080 figures, including
there was Slain, Johnny Alpha,
Dredd, and a few others.
And 3A came along. I think they done Farg and Sam Slade first of all. Then they started doing the ABC Warriors and Dredd, of course, and the Bike.
Yeah.
Before that, though, there was those one-off. Remember, we talked about this. There was a line called Legendary Comic Book Heroes, which was independent comic book characters. You had like Savage Dragon and that.
Yeah.
But there was a Death because they done a smoky translucent variant.
Version,
and there was also a Dredd in that line.
Yep.
Yeah, Savage Dragon, Super Patriot.
Yep, I remember that. Okay.
Wasn't there a Builder figure like the Pit or the Max or something?
Don't recall. That's going way back. But yeah. Okay. So there you go. Any? Would I recommend them?
I mean, if you're a fan, yeah, sure.
I would say now that Hiya Toys have maybe made the announcement for the 6-inch scale figures or the 1/12 scale figures, I would probably say hold out, see how those come along. 3 3/4 inch, you're always limited by the size. Therefore, you're going to suffer in detail and paint apps.
I think it's pretty cool if you've got a big 4-inch collection of like Star Wars and stuff like that. You could have these guys bust in Judge Dredd, Darth Vader, taking him into the ISO cubes.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking the ISO cubes.
20 years in the ISO cube creep, jaywalking.
Judge, jury, and executioner all in one, baby. There you go, Dredd. And actually also homage to Anthrax, who also
I am the law.
Actually wrote a song about Judge Dredd. So
they were big 2000 edition.
Massive. I think Ian Scott. Yeah, he was a big Judge Dredd fan. Yeah, he still is. Yeah, till today. Okay, cool. So that's 2000 AD Hiya Toys. Would I buy it? I say yes, if you like. We're going legend scale, so we want to try and you easily can put things on a one shelf or a Billy bookshelf.
It's nice to shrink the
to shrink
stuff down.
the collection down, but wait for the 6-inch stuff because
what you think.
yeah. So I don't know.
These guys aren't going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere at all. Okay, cool. All right, that's done. Let's go and move on to fans' toys.
Is this our last item?
This is our last item. It is our last time. Okay, yep, no spoilers, Andrew. Do not give me any spoilers. He says games finish, no spoilers.
Pop these.
Great, thank you very much.
I hope that's a good games finish. No
Yeah,
spoilers.
yeah.
But no spoilers.
No spoilers, please. So we're gonna. What's the next one? What's the last item for the evening, gents? Ooh, this guy. I saw Cookie. He showed me that, and I gotta say,
Very impressive.
I will still pursue the Legends stuff in Magic Square, but maybe perhaps if I wanted to limit my collection in Masterpiece, that would be Dave. Can we get that? I would. Dave's had a sugar dump, man. He's like, oh, come on, fellas.
Poor Dave.
Come on, man. God damn it. Let's go. There we go. There we got a close up there.
So we got some lovely artwork on the box.
Very. I gotta say, Fans Toys, I love their packaging.
Always, I love that it's always consistent. You know, they keep the same thing. They're not reinventing the package over and over again. This is the blueprint for it. Beautiful.
I like the slightly embossed stuff on their box all the time.
Yeah, you have that always.
Yeah.
It's very much the interpretation of Masterpiece boxes. Like they're very Masterpiece boxes.
What I do like, out of all the couple of versions of a Cliff Jumper out there, these guys have fully embraced the sort of penny racer mode.
Yeah.
So straight out the box.
Okay, I'll let you have a look at that first and put it in some sort of pose.
Dynamic pose.
Dynamic pose before we put it on the turntable. Mikey, what are your thoughts in some of the Fans Toy stuff in general?
Fans Toys is great. I've got a lot of their products. I was over at Cookies the other day and I had a bit of a mess with this guy. He's great. The only thing is he's modeled closer to the newer MP Bumblebee, which I don't like, so I probably won't get him.
Yep.
Also because I'm probably, trying to focus on the Legends.
Yep.
But like he looks great. He looks like he's a much more successful Transformer than that.
Yep.
Look at that backpack. There's hardly anything there.
For a guy who has to have a false
chest,
you've basically got the whole top of the car shelled away behind him. They've done a good job.
This is basically showing that it could have been accomplished if they tried a bit harder, like for the Bumblebee, because like they're the same overall design.
Yeah.
But like they just didn't. Takara didn't try as hard enough.
Before this guy, there was Toro from MMC,
which I don't really like.
And what's that company? There was a Ace Toys,
something like that. Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Bottrell.
Star Jumper or something.
Good evening, sir. How
anyway, this is the best Cliff Jumper on the market, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
So in terms of accurate source material,
fantastic,
100%. Like,
look at the dynamic pose that Simon's about to attempt. Yeah,
trying to see what the balance
is like. So how accurate the source material?
That's great.
What are your thoughts?
Beautiful. Like, I mean, it's G1 all over. He's straight out of the cartoon.
G1 all of it. And you're a big G1 guy. Yeah, you love
biggest.
It. Yes.
The biggest.
Yes.
Give me G1.
Literally, have you seen him stand up? The biggest.
Tonight we were contemplating whether we do the Decepticon and Autobots colors in the lights, in the RGB lights, but we figured, when I said to Dave, he said, it should be purple and red. But then I went, no, hang on a minute. But then if you look at the bases, they were purple and the arc was orange.
Yeah.
So it would be like purple and orange, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suggested red and green, but that was for a different reason.
That's right. Yeah. He's right now, Mikey. Right now, I'm going to switch cameras. He's sitting there. He's very, very nervous. He's going, oh God, let's finish this and go back and check out the game. But look, represent. So hopefully this tonight. But probably people think we're like bought out or something, or sponsored by South.
We can talk to them. We've got connections. We can probably be sponsored by South.
That's a free plug for you guys.
South Sydney represent, baby.
Yeah.
Articulation wise, they've packed quite a bit in for such.
Does he have a crab hunch?
He
does.
Is it official? I don't know, but you can work
it is.
You
It
can
is.
work it, and you can get it in reverse.
You can get an
too.
arc as well. That's perfect.
It is a
Yeah.
dynamic pose, Katie.
What I love is the engineering around the hips. Just move the leg back one. You'll see what I mean about the way it moves the hip flaps, the hip
Yeah,
skirts.
dude, that's so. You know how you see how I'm moving this here, right? And when I kick up that thigh cut there,
Yeah.
those flaps move in.
Yeah, just
Does
vanishes.
exactly the same thing on
On the
Magic
prime.
Squares.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying by in terms of engineering on that
But,
scale.
Doesn't that screams quality, that piece, just holding it. You feel the materials in that. Like compared to the plastic that Fans Hobby was using, this is
Not to say that that's bad.
Not to say
plastic,
that it's bad, but there's
just feels
something-
better. Yeah, it feels more quality.
there's some intangible quality
Yeah.
when you hold it. You know they've
Mm.
put there's the die cast in there.
Mm.
The paint apps are second to none. Fans Toys
Mm.
really do beautiful paint.
They do. I mean, again, look at the sheen, right? This is a different
Like
type of
almost
plastic.
everything on there gets painted. Like
Yeah.
look at that metallic, that beautiful metallic black grey, the
Yes.
gunmetalish grey. Like
Yes.
it's got that kind of that beaten look about it.
I like to think that some parts are painted and some parts are molded. So they've chosen a good variety of knowing where to put the paint.
Yeah.
So
Why don't we show it to the camera?
yeah, let's show the camera. Let's put it back on there, and then we can get Dave to close in and on that baby.
Yeah, he looks great. I felt like he comes with all the accessories you want. He's got the bazooka that he tried
I'll
to
go
kill.
over the accessories.
Yeah,
Actually.
Yeah.
It comes with the bazooka that he tries to kill Megatron
So-
with in the first episode or second.
We got the
First.
usual quality. We got the beautiful, Fans Toys blunt paper for rolling later on. We have that thing from that one episode, that one
the first
time.
episode.
Let's put it on the turntable. By the way,
Hang on, got to get the handle out.
let's see if we can fit all the accessories on the turntable
So we got the
and
The
get Dave
bazooka.
get Dave to-
bazooka.
get Dave to try and see if we can fit it all on
We
in the
have
frame.
that other one thing from that one episode where he rode on skis across the
Yeah,
water.
all the Autobots turned into what are they called?
Yeah.
Hydrofoils. What are they called?
Ones to the back wheels too.
Even the official.
We
ones come with
have a different. Actually, no, the head sculpt is the same. It's just the face sculpt is slightly different.
I'm gonna try a different transition. Can I see if I can try a different?
And then we
tran-
got.
maybe that's.
I mean, we've got 3 different faces there. So
oh, look
Free-
at that transition. I think I'm
Spoiled
gonna
for
go
choice.
to
Spoiled for choice.
Dave. I'm
so
just
for a mini bot, there's plenty of good stuff there.
I'm just mucking
Like I
around.
said, you can reenact 2 specific scenes or do what you do, whatever you do. with
Do you
your
like that
collection.
transition now? See, I've now instead of going cut, it just transitions.
Isn't that beautiful?
I've
Isn't it?
been bugging
It's like you know
about
what
a
you're doing.
star fade
Yeah,
for like years.
Oh my god, can we do star fades, please?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, let's do
Can you
star
do one
fades.
star fade? Come on, you can do it.
What if
you
you can
must
actually
have the
insert? No,
technology.
you know you can't. You
Star
can't.
fades are like the top quality. Like
can't-
that's when you know you're gonna get an A. If
That's
you get a
big
star
time, man. Star fade's quality.
fade.
Man.
Star fade, right? Yeah.
What? Dun, 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 dun.
No, star. No, it's a star. Yeah, can we do that?
Is
Can
that
we get like a symbol fade? Or yeah,
Oh shit.
it can be like your face into Simon's face.
Uh,
It's like when we transition from each person, and their face comes up.
oh, like Clinton the backstabbing goblin.
Yeah, they go.
All right, let's go back to camera, the close-up camera. There you go. What a bunch of accessories.
Yeah, it's great. Fans Toys always do it. You're bound to get one specific
Can we
scene.
can we take all the heads out of the packets?
Yeah, sure.
And
Oh
let's
my
put-
god, they're heads. They're not just faces. My god,
yeah,
that's
the
impressive.
absolute heads. Dude. So my question is, how much?
Open up.
How much?
How much do you pay? How much for cash?
How
Shipped,
much?
Robot Kingdom, 109 US plus about 30 US shipping. So
Wow.
So
I
it's
think
about
I
200
got it for
bucks.
about
Yeah.
170, 180.
Yeah, well, close to
Australian.
200, Yeah,
But it's the best 170 you're going to spend on a masterpiece figure.
that's
Yeah.
going to be the same price you pay for an official Cliff Jumper anyway. So
Okay.
that's fine.
Exactly. But this is a cliff jumper. I think if you're looking for something that's cartoon accurate, buy this, you're done.
I think.
I
yeah.
don't think-
Honestly, I'd rather.
I think any improvement would be so negligible it wouldn't be worth it.
Seeing as how good they did this, can they just make a Bumblebee to go with it? Because I don't like the official. If they make a Bumblebee to go with this, then I'll probably get them, because the official Bumblebee, in my opinion, isn't great. I know some people like it, but look at the backpack compared to that. The backpack on this guy compared to the one on
Can
the
you see
Bumblebee.
the faces, the extra faces we got there?
Would you buy a Bumblebee
yeah,
from
we
them?
can.
Yeah.
Can we see the
In
faces?
fact,
Dave? We
I'm
can.
pretty sure there will be a Bumblebee.
It's just the same thing, just a
Yeah.
little bit different. Yeah, perfect. It'd be stupid not to. And a glyph. And
Well, that's like when
the glyph.
their Ultra Magnus coming up, Marg.
You
Because
got
you've got the inner robot, which is a prime. So
There you go,
clearly they're going
Optimus
to do a
Prime.
prime.
got to say though, that's synonymous. I mean, even when we were in the lift coming up here, and you had that in the plastic bag, Dave looked in the plastic bag and went, "Oh, cliff jumper." No, he didn't go cliff jumper. In his true Latino accent, he went, "Oh, cliff jumper,
man.
cliff jumper,
Oh,
man."
my man.
Oh my goodness! Look at that. Look, man, 170, well spent.
And I mean, Will got his from the same place. I remember he called and he's like, "Where'd you get your?" So I said that was the best price I found. Robot King.
Mm.
No,
So-
good shop out of Hong Kong if no one's ever used them before.
Yeah. So in case everyone doesn't know, Simon likes to buy multiples because he has this thing called placeholders.
Yeah.
And until he gets the right tune accurate bot,
I don't like a space, like an empty space for a character. I will put something that does the job in there until the
Yeah.
real one comes along.
No.
Because some of these characters haven't been touched. There's still characters that haven't been looked at.
yeah,
You don't want that empty space on your shelf.
totally.
I'm happy to say that season 1, I've got what I consider to be good versions,
Yeah.
or accurate enough for me now, for all of the Autobots on Decepticons, with the exception of Windcharger.
I would say it would be safe to say that maybe 2/3 of your collection, when it comes to season 1 and 2, are essentially third-party Transformers.
I think that the only Takara ones I've kept hold of are like the your Sunstreaker, Sideswipe, and the Datsuns.
Yeah.
Because no one's done them.
Because no one's bothered, no third parties bothered to
Why
go
would you?
back to
They're
them.
pretty good.
Why do you think they're not doing it?
That Sunstreaker,
done.
Takara Sunstreaker is perfect.
Takara Sunstreaker is probably the
It
best
is,
out of all of them.
yeah, it is
Like, the Datsuns can be improved,
Datsuns
and
are
Sideswipe
old.
can be improved.
For their time, those Datsuns were
They can
really
be
good.
improved. Sideswipe can be improved.
For sure. For
But,
sure.
like,
But you've got
Sunstreaker's
to
really much
remember,
better.
those were 2010.
Oh yeah. But I'm
you
saying,
know.
like, people would still buy them if Fans Toys did.
Those
them.
designs are over a decade old.
Not a
The
thing.
third party scene's come so far in that time. You think 10 years ago, 12 years ago, it was what was that City Commander Ultra Magnus? That was
Right.
like the birth. Remember how people were? What was that Devastator of the time? A little one.
Hercules and Giant.
Hercules.
Hercules and Giant.
Remember when they were considered like, good God, how can we improve on this?
Yeah, exactly.
God.
And then they did
Yeah,
You know?
cool.
many times.
Yeah.
They did on Devastator.
Yeah. All right. Well, very nice, gents. I think that was a terrific night.
Yeah.
Definitely good variety.
It was
of-
good to be back. It was good
Ye-
to be back for 2023, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Happy New
Hopefully
Year.
now we've knocked the dust off this. You know, we'll ramp up. There's lots of good stuff coming out soon.
Lots of good content coming.
plenty
yeah.
of great toys. We've all got on
Mhm.
pre-orders coming.
And we also have a massive.
Tell them about our deep dives. We're going to be looking at Joy Toy down the track.
Yes.
Not too distant future.
40K.
There
We're
should
going to be
a-
assembling, coming here, assembling a scene. We're going to bring all between me and Clinton. We're going to bring our entire Joy Toy armies and spend the afternoon assembling it for everyone. And then
We have-
talking about it while we pleasure ourselves. I mean, sorry, pleasure you. No, that's wrong too.
What are you going to say, Mikey? We have what?
I don't know. After that, we have a special Transformers episode coming up soon that we're
Yes.
going to
We-
do. We
well,
won't say what it's about,
Where we
but
talk
it's,
about how good G1 is and
yeah,
it's the
just-
best, and
just-
everything
just,
else should
everything
just
else is shit.
vanish. We don't want to know about it.
movies go away,
Yeah.
animated Prime, screw it. It's all G1, baby. No, but we do have a good Transformers episode coming up, so stay
Yeah.
tuned for that.
Might even be going in looking at where G.I. Joe Classified is now as a line.
Totally.
I mean, we looked at that a long time ago, and that's a line that's just grown in leaps and bounds.
Best thing is we've got plenty of content to cover, so we'll,
Yeah.
we'll
the
be covering
death
it.
of the Star Wars Black Series we can talk about, or
Is it really dying?
as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
death.
Well, that sucks.
The
I just got
death.
into it.
Come on, man. When was the last time we were excited about a Black Series release?
I saw a
Boba
whole.
Fett.
I saw a
Yeah,
whole.
listen to the tumbleweeds blow past.
I saw a
Yeah.
whole bunch of Black Series and vintage collection figures in the bargain bin at JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah. Yeah,
Were there a lot of
Mandalorian figures
Landos?
like Grief Cars and
Were there a lot of
Landos.
Landos and Bo-Katans and who else?
Oh,
It's Bo-Katans and Landos. At the moment.
Mandalorian, Tatooine, Tusken Raiders. I keep
Tusken-
seeing that one.
Oh,
on
Tusken
shelves a lot.
Raiders is good though, because that's a true builder.
Yeah, but there comes a time when
Mm.
you know they've sold that thing in so many packages.
Yeah.
Tusken Raiders.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have lots of shows coming. I mean, like I said, we'll take a lot of deep cut.
And
deep
if
dives as
if
well.
any of the audience, has a particular toy line, no matter how obscure they want us to take a look at, I'm sure I might be able to find one or two versions deep
Or you
in the
could just send us
garage.
your collections.
Well, actually, talk about sending stuff. There's also, rumor that we will get certain lines to look at.
Well,
So, yeah,
well,
that
I
was
mean,
just a rumor as
one
well.
rumor I can dispel is that I will accept any toy collection that you wish to donate to me,
Yeah.
care of the show.
Oh, I think it's more manufacturing based stuff. There's something we need to discuss after the show is finished. But stay tuned anyway, because there's also
Well,
rumor
that's good for us, not so much for you. So enjoy
But
that
it's also-
cliffhanger.
The rumor is that we probably might be able to also then, share some Magic Square love. But anyway, it's
Oh.
just a rumor.
Ahaha.
And don't forget, also we'll be at CollectorCon.
Yeah,
Yes.
when is CollectorCon?
A month.
1 month from
It's
now?
at the end of this next
Is it
month.
really only a month away?
The end of this next
my
month.
God.
Yeah. So what are we in now? May.
May, or just going into May.
So at the end of May, it's the last week of May, the
Wow.
weekend. The 28th.
Come on
28th.
down and come
Yeah.
to tables 314.
Yeah, we'll be
Is it
there.
314?
314 onwards.
Yeah.
In
I mean, we have like the
hall
whole
one.
the whole back
We're
row.
right next to the door. Everyone who comes in and says, I watch Toy Reel gets a free lollipop.
A chop.
Well, it actually,
Chupa, man.
but that lollipop will only be available in the men's toilets, care of Mikey.
Yeah. So
Hey,
that.
Katie goes, thanks for the show. It was such a good mix. Mike Flack goes, Simon can have my Lego when I die.
You tell, that's my father. You tell him he's going to be dying sooner rather than later if I have any choice.
Mr. Flack, so good to see
Hello,
you.
Mr. Flack.
I
Oh.
have to say, my dad
Ma-
is pretty cool. He's got one of the largest Lego collections you have ever seen.
Actually, beg your pardon. It's Mick. Sorry, Mick. Sorry.
He-
My I said Mike.
One day when I'm old and retired, all I want to do is build Lego cities in my basement.
Yeah, I get it. But I got to say, you've done very well with this fella here. So yeah, good on you. He's a good sort. So
Yeah, he's big enough.
very good sort. Mark Jones, someone is getting arrested.
Oh.
Yeah, getting arrested. Who's
I
getting-
will, what?
yeah. Well, Mark Jones goes, someone is getting arrested. Hi,
Yeah, well, probably.
hi, Mick.
Or
How are you?
again.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. And so CollectorCon, and also stay tuned for a few more things. But I know there's a lot of like really deep cut stuff coming up. I think like at one stage, I mean, I know we've done the Dredd stuff, 2080 stuff today, but like there's a whole bunch of other characters as well that we could have done.
I mean, you can look at the history of merchandising, because up until Rebellion
Yes.
bought the license, they'd never done anything
We
with
can
it.
we can leave those for midweek musings.
Yes.
Midweek musings, because if you
Which there will
guys
be more of.
But if you guys really want deep cut stuff, like where we go into the lore, the history, all that sort of stuff, let us know, and we'll definitely tell you what the lollipop line is. Okay. Okay. Mark Jones. Cool. And that's it. Stay tuned. I also, before I'll be remiss not to thank Rode Microphones. Thank you so much for all the gear that you see here that we
Thanks, Rode.
utilize show after show.
This is incredible. I feel like one of the Backstreet Boys with this thing on.
Backstreet
And-
Boys are back.
And I also
Yeah.
want to thank all the viewers that have watched and have participated and
Put up
also
with us.
put up with us in the community, as well as participated in commentary. And last but not least, I'd like to thank Dave, who's falling asleep back there because of obviously his sugar dump, but he's doing a marvelous job regardless. And Alex Argento, as well as Virgil Donati, for providing all the background music in all our live streams and all our pre-recorded videos. Thank you so much. They're fantastic guys. Just so every time you hear any of that stuff, it's all due to Alex as well as Virgil. So yeah, thank you, Michael. Wonderful to have you on board. Always good show, folks. And yeah, any parting words? Bye. Go out. Now is we find out whether our beloved NRL team has won or lost.
What, the Panthers?
No, it's the
Glory,
Rabbitohs.
glory, I guess. Hopefully,
Yeah,
we'll see.
hopefully, yeah, no spoilers. Okay. Yeah, cool. Done. Okay. Transformers. Magic
Yeah, this was
Square,
fun. Good
Fans
one.
Boys.
Yeah.
We've seen some good stuff. I really did like that Magic Square guy. That was nice
Yeah,
to see.
I think we've made a good decision on that part.
Yeah.
Gonna have fun fiddling with him.
Cool. All right, man. Thanks, guys. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate the support. We'll see you at CollectorCon. If not, we will see you in midweek musings or another roundtable discussion before then. Always, thank you very much for watching, and thank you for everyone that's here tonight. Yeah. Good night. Good night, Pete.
Yeah, guys. Glory, glory. Woo.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody.